Hi everyone, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I hope आप लोग बहुत अच्छे होंगे. And I am Jyoti Bhardwaj, your friend philosopher guide. You can call me JB, you can call me ma'am, you can call me like anything good but. Yes, here we are today. अब हम 11th session तक आ गए. Congratulations guys. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to me. And so, being your friend philosopher guide, oh my god, I love this word mentor because I believe so much in mentors because I got one and the best. So yes, mentors are the best. If you've got a mentor who is your friend, who is your philosopher and guide, you are lucky. And if you do not have a mentor yet, search for one, get yourself one. I mean, you cannot buy a mentor, but yeah, there are very, very good mentors in this world, and they will always help you. So, yes, yeah, being a very interesting thing I want to tell you, being your mentor, I this is something I read on the internet today, and I was awestruck by it. So, I am still in amazement. Well, anyway, but I would like to share it with you. So, I read, and what it said was कि कि बातों की मिठास अंदर का भेद नहीं बता सकती. बातों की मिठास अंदर का भेद नहीं बता सकती. भेद इज बेसिकली द डिफरेंस. भेद इज द सीक्रेट कि अंदर क्या है. सो बातों की मिठास अंदर का भेद नहीं बता सकती. मोर को देखकर कौन कहेगा कि वो सांप खाता है. सो आई रेड इट एंड आई वाज लाइक, oh, like so it was very very it hit me like a train. So yes, but it's really good when people are actually what they are inside and out. So it's very nice, and if you have such people in your life, keep them, uh, cherish them, be with them, be happy, keep them happy. Like it's not your responsibility to keep somebody happy, but yeah, you know uh, just be happy. Everybody be happy and love yourself and love others. It's good. Love is good. So there's this book called Tuesdays with Maury. If you guys have read it, it's my favorite book because that is how I found my Maury. So Tuesdays with Maury. Maury is the professor, and Mitch is his mentee. So Maury is the mentor. So Maury tells Mitch that the most important thing in this world is to learn how to give love and how to take it. So, yes, giving love and accepting it, and uh, to value love is the most important thing in this world. So, with love and with a lot of motivation, let's start today's session. Um, yeah, so we are going to talk about science and scientists. So, scientists तो हमको इतनी सारी चीजें बताते हैं. उन्हीं की वजह से आज की डेट में हमें पता है ग्रेविटी क्या है. उन्हीं की वजह से थॉमस एल्वा एडिसन हमको पता है कि लाइट कैसे आई, मतलब उन्होंने ही इसका जो है इन्वेंशन किया. सो साइंटिस्ट की वजह से ही हमको काफी कुछ आज की डेट में हम कर पा रहे हैं और हमारे पास है, और हमको काफी चीजों की समझ है just because of scientists, right? So let's begin and let's talk about scientists. Let me select my pen once so that I can write also. And just in case my internet connection ऐसे खराब हो जाता है या लैग करता है, so stay there. I'll be right back, because बारिश बहुत है आज और इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी का कोई भरोसा नहीं है. Right, so these are some definitions about scientists. So basically, a true scientist embodies the etymology meaning of the word one who knows. Basically, we know who scientist is, so we do not need to read all of this. But yeah, Einstein, for example, is a scientist. थॉमस अल्वा एडिसन इज अ साइंटिस्ट. मुझको बहुत पसंद है क्योंकि जब मैं बहुत छोटी हुआ करती थी तो मैंने वो बल्ब वाली कहानी पढ़ी थी, हमको पढ़ाई गई थी. सो साइंटिस्ट हमको बहुत कुछ बताते हैं यूनिवर्स के बारे में। साइंटिस्ट ने ही मैथ हमारे आइंस्टाइन जी उन्होंने लाया। और साइंटिस्ट ही हैं जो मतलब जिनकी वजह से वी आर लाइक वी the world is known basically, that we know so many things because they do their research, they find concepts, they go to the roots of everything, they test, they check, they understand everything, right? So scientists, let's talk about scientists and science and the words related to it. So basically, the first the first scientist is an anthropologist. So who is an anthropologist? If you guys remember one word, we learned this word in our first session, um, which was misanthrope. If you guys remember, who is a misanthrope, guys? So अभी तक आपके दिमाग में आ जाना चाहिए अगर आपने इस सेशंस बहुत सीरियसली देखे हैं एंड आपने इनको लिखा है रिलेटेड सब कुछ जो भी मैंने बताया है. So a misanthrope is somebody who hates mankind, right? So why? Because misan is I guess I don't remember the spelling, but misin is hate, like to hate. And anthropos is mankind, is mankind. Sorry for writing this, like this. My handwriting is bad. Anyway, yeah. So a misanthrope is somebody who hates mankind, who think that men are of no use. They are like they don't like them. And there is one term which is philan uh throp, philanthrope. Yeah, or a philanthropist. So philanthrop, it has ANTHRO, if you can see. So that means it is something related to mankind, right? If we see feel, PHIL. So PHILE, it means love. So somebody who loves mankind is a philanthrope, and somebody who hates mankind is a misanthrope. Similarly, anthropologist. Logist तो हम इतनी बार पढ़ चुके हैं, सबको याद होना चाहिए. Has come from a word called logos, like the Greek word, which means what? Science and study. We all know it. I hope you do. Study, right? Is study, science and study. So anthropologists are the people who study about human development, mental and physical. So they read, they study mankind basically. उनके बारे में सब कुछ, like how human development happens and the ways, mental, physical, everything, right? Somebody who studies about mankind is an anthropologist. Simple. Let's move forward. So anthropologist or anthropology. The term anthropologist comes from the Greek word अभी मैंने बताया, which is anthropos, right? I don't know why this is like this. Okay, anyway. Meaning mankind, logos is science or study. The science that studies mankind is called anthropology. The adjective is anthropological. ठीक है? So अपने को अब पता है anthros, अपने को सॉरी एंथ्रोपोस अपने को पता है, अपने को लोगोस पता है, अपने को फिलेंथ्रोप का फील पता है which is love, मिसेंथ्रोप का मिसीन पता है which is hate, right? कितने सारे वर्ड्स आ गए इसी से, एंथ्रोप से. Then there is an astronomer. Is the slide correct? I am not sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's an astronomer. Now, what's above the sea? That the vast expanse of the heavens, including planets, galaxies, stars, other celestial bodies, is explored by the astronomer. So हमको पता है astronomer कौन होते हैं. Astro, what is astro? Astro is star, related to star. Let's see. An astronomer studies the arrangement of stars and celestial bodies derived from the Greek word astron. Now we have a word called astron, which means star, right? And nomos, which means arrangement. which means arrangement. Write this word down. Arrangement, law or order. The science is called astronomy and the adjective from form is astronomical. The term astronomical is often used metaphorically to describe something extremely large, such as the astronomical size of the nation debt. Yeah, astronomical because it is huge. Like the debt on the nation, it is huge. So astronomical size. Big because stars, ऐसे बहुत सारे stars होते हैं ना. So it's like that. You cannot count it, so it's uncountable. You cannot count the stars, though you can, but only a number of stars which you are looking at, but overall you cannot count. So the debt on the nation, it is uncountable. It is itna zyada ki it is astronomical in size, right? So there are, now we have astron, which is star. So astronomer, astronomy, uh yes, एंड वी हैव नोमोस व्हिच मींस अरेंजमेंट, लॉ और ऑर्डर. ठीक है, तो अब आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. क्या होता है एस्ट्रोलॉजर? एस्ट्रोलॉजर और एस्ट्रोलॉजी. सो एस्ट्रोलॉजर इज समबडी हु studies how stars and planets are believed to influence human events basically. कहते हैं ना आपके सितारे जो हैं वो जगह पर नहीं है, आप your stars are not aligned, right? तो हम खुद भी कहते हैं यार my stars are not aligned these days, whatever I'm trying to do it doesn't happen, only or something or the other happens, right? So basically ill stars, right? So when we say this, so astrologer is somebody जो आपके सितारों को पढ़ता है, your stars, because stars are believed to influence human events. So combining astron which with logos, which is, I don't want to say it, you already know it. The practitioner is astrologer and the adjective form is astrological. Okay. So we have astro. Now we had astronomer, we had astronomy. Astronomer because nomos is arrangement and astron is star. Now astron combined here with logos, which is study, it becomes astrologer, right? Simple. So astronaut and cosmonaut. Now two new words, right? Astrologer आया, अब astrologer astro से ही एस्ट्रोनॉट आया. अब एस्ट्रोनॉट कौन होता है ये भी देख लेते हैं. एस्ट्रोनॉट इज लिटरली अ सेलर अमंग द स्टार्स. एस्ट्रोनॉट ही जाता है ना अपने स्पेस में. तो विद नॉट्स मीनिंग सेलर, NAUTES, now we have a new word which is NAUTES, right? Which means sailor. Take. So meaning sailor in Greek, the Russian used the term cosmonaut derived from cosmos. Now there's cosmos. Cosmos तो हम सब जानते हैं. Cosmos, if you live in Noida, so there's a big chain of JP, like real estate, which is Cosmos. So they have a lot of real estate there. So cosmos is basically what? Universe, right? Cosmos is universe. So the word nautical related to sailing, ships or navigation also comes from NOUTES, knots, right? Now, interestingly, nausea. So this word nausea was used for ship only when you are in the ship and you feel nausea. So that was basically used for ships only, but now we generally also use it. So interestingly, nausea comes from NOUS, nose, right? Which means sailor, meaning ship. Nos is ship and originally referred to seasickness. So nausea क्या होता है? Nausea is basically when you feel pukish or आपको ऐसे चक्कर आता है, that is nausea. ठीक है, तो ये भी word वहीं से आया. ठीक. NOUS. Now we have three words. Wait, let me write it so that you can also write it. NOUS, which is ship. So nausea is basically sickness, basically seasickness, and we normally also use it. I feel nauseous. We say it, right? Then there are asterisk and asterisk. अब ये asterisk तो जो है वो तो हमारा क्या है? हमारा star. हमारा star. कंफर्म करने के लिए स्टार दबाएं या हैश दबाएं. So they do not call it asterisk. They call it star because it actually means that. So the word aster refers to a star-shaped flower. ठीक है? A star shaped flower. Aster is a star-shaped flower, while an asterisk is a star-shaped symbol, which is this, जो कि यहाँ बना भी है. Often used in writing to indicate a footnote. Astrophysics is the branch of physics that deals with celestial bodies. ठीक है? Astrophysics जो कि celestial bodies के साथ deal करते हैं. एस्टर अब एस्ट्रॉन से अपना कितने सारे वर्ड्स आ गए. See, with just this word, we've got so many words, right? With just this word, astron, which means star. So we've got so many words: astronomer, astronomy, astrologer, and then there's astronaut. Then there's Esther and asterisk. Now there's disaster. Now you disaster is also related to stars. Now you'll say how it has D in it. So ASTER, you can see ASTROUS. So disastrous when something very bad happens with you, and bad happens with you when your stars are not aligned. So when you have ill stars. So the word disaster and its adjective disastrous are derived from astron, meaning star. In ancient time, it was believed that misfortune were caused by the ancient time. हम तो अभी भी believe करते हैं भाई, हमारे सितारे जो है वो सही नहीं है, ऐसा हम कहते हैं अभी भी, right? So disastrous is that stars are not aligned. ठीक है, जैसे हम उनको चाहते हैं. Now there's autonomy. Auto is self. You guys know it already. We have learned it. And then there's nomos, which means arrangement, law, or order. Appears in words like autonomy. So यहाँ पे nomos पे arrangement is उसको साइड हटा दिया गया, law और order को रखा गया. So appears in words like autonomy, which means because auto is self, so it means self law or self government. So I don't remember if we studied about this word, but there's one word called autocracy, है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि क्रेसी का मतलब क्या होता है? इट इज रूल. जो ग्रीक वर्ड है क्रेसी, उसका मतलब ही रूल है. सो ऑटोक्रेसी. देन देयर इज डेमोक्रेसी. Demos is for people, right? So democracy is what? By the people, of the people, for the people, right? Autocracy is self-rule, है ना? So an autonomous entity is self-governing. The device called metronome combines with nomos with metron. Metron is measurement, so is used by musicians to keep time. ठीक है? So now we have auto as our new word, then nomos. तो हम पढ़ ही रहे थे अभी से. And then there's metron, which means measurement. ठीक है? So this. Now see, if you know auto का मतलब, so autocracy आएगा, you'll understand it's related to self. If you know the meaning of cracy and democracy comes, or autocracy comes, or plutocracy comes. Let's say Pluto. What is Pluto? Plutocracy. Where should I write it? Where's my pen working? Yeah. Then there's plutocracy also. हम ऐसे बहुत सारे words पढ़ते जाएंगे तो हमको समझ आता जाएगा. So Pluto is basically related to wealth. Sorry, Pluto is wealth. So Pluto, I guess Roman god का नाम था Pluto. So the god of wealth. So इसलिए plutocracy. So somebody who has money is wealthy, तो उनका rule होगा. So that is plutocracy, right? Now, new. जल्दी जल्दी चल रहा है क्या? मतलब जल्दी जल्दी तो क्या ही चल रहा है, क्योंकि इसमें ऐसे कुछ रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. There are just words you need to note down and just understand, feel it, understand, and write it down. 2-3 दिन में पढ़ते रहे उसको. Well, and what's below? The study of the earth, its origin, composition, and the formation of its geographical features like mountains, oceans, and valleys is the focus of the geologist. So geologist, basically G is GE or GEO, I'm not sure. We'll see it again. So GE is, I guess, Earth. Not I guess, I'm sure, but I'm not sure about GE or GEO. So it is Earth. Let's see. Uh-uh. Just a second. Um, let me. What just happened? Okay, wait. Let me discard it. Let's go back. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. What am I doing? Uh, uh, um. Yeah, that's okay. Yes. So GE is basically Earth. पीछे जो सब लिखा था वो मिट गया. No problem. GE is the Earth and its life. So geology. So a geologist studies the Earth, derived from the Greek word GE. Yes, it's correct. Yes, GE is Earth. The science is called geology, and the adjective is geological. Simple. Now geometry and geometricians. Now geometry, which means measurement of the Earth, जो कि हम आज में पढ़ते हैं, is a branch of mathematics dealing with shapes and measurements. The mathematician who specializes in geometry is a geometrician, right? And the adjective is geometry. Of course, because why? Because metron is measurement. ठीक है, तो अपने को पता है स्टार्टिंग में आई वाज एक्चुअली ट्राइंग टू राइट इन अ गुड हैंड राइटिंग, बट नाउ इट्स जस्ट द सेम. जैसे एग्जाम में होता है ना, फर्स्ट पेज पे अपन अच्छा अच्छा लिख देते हैं, फिर उसके बाद एनीवे. सो नाउ देयर इज जियोग्राफी. ग्राफी आपको पता है, ग्राफियन आपको पता है, इज टू राइट. हम पहले पढ़ चुके हैं, आई होप आपको याद हो. सो जियोग्राफी involves writing about or mapping the earth. Combining two words, G and Griffian, to write, the practitioner is called geographer, and the adjective is geographic. ठीक है, तो अब अपने को क्या पता चला कि जियोग्राफी आएगा. अच्छा, जियोग्राफी लेट्स से पहली बार देखा आपने, तो आपने देखा जियो का मतलब जी इज अर्थ एंड ग्राफियन इज लाइक टू राइट. Okay, somebody who is involved in writing about earth or mapping it is a geographer, right? Now there is a new word, like of course we all know it, what a biologist, है ना, हमने सुना होता है, but होता क्या है? Because bio is life. So let's see what it is. So all living organisms, from the simplest one, celled amoeba, sorry, to complex beings like humans, are studied by biologists. Everything, amoeba से लेके the complex humans, of course humans are complex. Biologist हमको पढ़ते हैं, मतलब हमारी स्टडी करते हैं basically. Not पढ़ते हैं, but the about the parts and the whatever is inside us, about that. ठीक है. Okay, so it's written also that this field encompasses every living thing, whether plant, animal, flesh, vegetable, inhabiting water, earth, or air, anything. It involves everything. So life basically, because air is also life. It, flesh is life, vegetable because we eat them is life. Water is life. So everything basically that is related to life is studied by biologist. So a biologist studies life with bios meaning life and logos meaning study. The science is called biology and the adjective is biological. ठीक. Now bio से ही आता है क्या? Flora. Flora is related to plants basically. The branch of biology that deals with plant life, flowers, trees, shrubs, mosses, marine, vegetation, and more is the specialist of the botanist. Is the specialist of the botanist. ठीक है, मतलब बेसिकली प्लांट्स के जो भी स्पेशलिस्ट होते हैं, बोटानिस्ट. ठीक है, बोटानिस्ट के स्पेशलिस्ट होते हैं, वो क्या होता है वो हम पढ़ते हैं. A fauna, the study of animals in all their diversity, including birds. Flora and fauna हमको पता ही होता है क्या है. Flora is plant and fauna is basically, animal, it is related to animals. So fauna का कोई Greek word नहीं है basically. So fauna has come from a name. Fauna was was the name of the goddess of Roman goddess of earth and things related to forest. So animals basically. So goddess of earth, forest, animals was fauna. So the study of animals in all their diversity, blah 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 blah, these reptiles, mammals in the domain of zoologist. Now these zoologists, zoo is again related to animals and logist we know. Okay, so flora, fauna, botanist, zoologist. Let's see. A botanist specializes in plant life derived from the Greek word which is botan, meaning plant. Let me mark it so that you guys can write it. Okay, botan, and the field is called botany, and the adjective is botanical. The adjective is botanical. So if you guys live in near Noida or in Noida, so you guys know that there's a place called Botanical Garden here. And if by any chance you've traveled by this thing, the metro, so if you're traveling from Electronic City to, let's say, Rajiv Chowk, so you will get to hear this statement that the next station is Botanical Garden. Please stay away from the doors. So Botanical Garden. So why it is about plants basically. Okay, the zoologist. Now, without wasting any time, zoologist. So zoologist studies animals. Why? Because zoon, Zoion, is animal. Like the meaning of this Greek word is animal. So of course, zoologist would be somebody who studies about animals. The science is called zoology, and the adjective is zoological. Now then there's zodiacs. If you've seen that zodiacs में क्या होता है? Animals होते हैं, right? So the zodiac is a diagram used in astrology that shows the paths of celestial bodies and includes signs named after animals, like Scorpion. So I am a Scorpion. So my zodiac sign is Scorpio, right? Then there's Leo. I don't remember Leo का birth month क्या होता है. So then it means lion. Then there's Cancer, which is for crab. Now there's Taurus, which is for bull. Taurus का sign अगर आप देखें तो it's a bull. So the zodiac adjective form is zodiacal. ठीक है? So how cool ना? Zoan means animal. जिससे zoologist आया, zoology आया, zodiac आया, zodiacal आया, right? So और zodiac सही पे एकदम उसमें होते ही animal signs, right? And all the little bugs now. Let's see. With over 6,50,000 species of insects and countless individuals in each species, the scientist who studies these creatures is known as an entomologist. ठीक है, अब अभी थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्टिंग है कि क्यों entomologist. See, cutting in and out. Let's see. Insects such as flies. Now you must have seen that insects are like most of the times like this, right? Like that their body is quite, what am I making? The body is quite, it is divided into two parts, right? I can't draw it, I'm so sorry. Insects such as flies, bees, beetles, wasps are segmented creatures. They are segmented, distinct body part they have, there's a gap. Not a gap, but it's like, segmented here, segmented, those segmented होते हैं. The head, okay, the head, thorax, and abdomen. Okay, the segments of these parts create a visual cutting in effect, which leads to the term entomology. How? Let's see. So this branch of zoology dealing with insects is derived from the Greek roots en, which means in, and to. Entomology, T-O-M-N, meaning cutting. The adjective form of entomology is entomological. Similarly, word insect, now insect, which means in, and sectus is cut. So reflecting the segmented nature of these creatures, if you've seen and of course you've seen an art, so you know कि कैसा होता है. So cut hai, there's a cut. So in, like in and sectus. So they are divided, head, thorax, abdomen, right? So sectus is cut. So similarly, entomology mein agar hum dekhe to en is in and tome is cutting. ठीक है? Perfect. Now let's see the Greek prefix. Now there's a prefix. Now Greek prefix, what is it? EC, which means out. From EK, meaning out, combines with tome to create words related to surgical procedure where parts are cut out and removed. Okay? For example, this word, it is tonsillectomy, जिसमें हम tonsils को remove करते हैं. हम क्या मतलब doctors करते हैं. Now there's appendectomy, which appendix, आप लोग को पता ही होगा appendix का operation होता है, so they remove appendix basically. Then there's mastectomy, removal of breast, maybe in breast cancer. Then there's hysterectomy, the removal of uterus. Then there's prostatectomy, removal of prostate. Okay, so of course now we know that there is EC and TOM, tome. So EC is out and TOME, like to cut. So combined is made, it makes these words, and these are all the, the surgical procedures जिनका ये नाम है. इसमें हर, they're removing something or the other, right? Like tonsils or uterus or breasts, let's say. So furthermore, combining EC with kentron, which means center, forms the word eccentric, which means out of the center. Eccentric, which means out of the center. Because why EC? Because EC is out. EC is out. So eccentric, because kentron is center, so out of the center is eccentric. So this word, let me just a second again. Yeah. So this word is often used to describe someone who is unconventional, odd, or strange. The noun form is eccentricity. So unconventional, let's say Bohemians, if you know what is Bohemian or Bohemian style. So that is unconventional. That's different from what how the society is. So it is, let's say Bohemian ka basically synonym bhi hai unconventional, odd, and strange. Okay. Now there's more cuts. Atom, anatomy, dichotomy. अब इसमें एक twist है. So a Greek prefix a makes a root word negative. So a is basically not. Okay, something which is not. Atom. So TOM is cut. So atom is something which cannot be, you can't just cut it. It's so small, or maybe you just can't cut it. For instance, the word atom, originally meaning the smallest particle of an element that could not be cut further, comes from a, like not, and tome, which means cut. The adjective form is atomic. So if you've read this book called Atomic Habits by James Sir. So he wrote this book, Atomic Habits, which means small, small changes. It's about small changes, basically, that how small changes can bring about a big difference. So you must read it also. So it is about atomic habits. It's about how you can just change small habits, like you wake up at let's say 7 today. Like regularly you wake up at 7, but you want to make a small change. You start waking up at 6:50, and then you meditate for 5-10 minutes. So small changes, small steps. Atomic Habit is all about it. You must read it. The prefix ana, A-N-A, is up. So combines with tome to form anatomy, which originally referred to the cutting up of a plant or animal to study its structure. Over time, anatomy came to signify the bodily structure. हम बोलते हैं ना कि anatomy of a human body, anatomy of human body. So it is about that only. So up to here, it has become a study basically. So adjective form is anatomical. Anatomical. Okay? So the word tome originally referred to a part cut from a larger work of many volumes. Today, it often describes an exceptionally large book, especially one considered heavy or dull. Okay? Yeah. So another related term is dichotomy. Now this is good. This is interesting. So dichotomy derived from the Greek prefix diker, which means into, diker, which means two, and tome cutting. So dichotomy is splitting into, and it is used in fields like astronomy, biology, botany, or logic. In everyday language, it can refer to a life split into two distinct parts. The verb form is dichotomize, and the adjective is dichotomous. If you want to learn it, so the phrase dichotomous thinking is this. It actually describes somebody or some. It describes a mindset who divides everything into two, right? They, such as it's written good or bad, maybe everything, because people do, and we must see pros and cons of everything. So accordingly, we must decide also. So good versus bad, or Democrat versus Republican, and a well-known statement about dichotomous thinking, humorously says there are two kind of people: those who divide everything into two parts and those who do not. Okay? So dichotomy, because dicha is two, like into two. So Tommy is cut, Tom is cut, Tome. So dichotomy is like to divide into two parts, right? Two categories or two parts. So now there's this word epitome. ठीक है, tome तो अपने को समझ आ गया कि it's tome is cut. So let's see epitome, but इसको अलग तरीके से भी हम use करते हैं. That, for example, is an epitome of wisdom, let's say हम कहते हैं. So let's see, but imagine taking a book, report, or other elaborate document and metaphorically cutting through it. Metaphorically, cutting through it, like metaphorically cutting through it, मतलब, you know, digging so deep into it that you know everything. You have just gone through everything through it to reach its core, right? So have you what have you sorry where's this? What you have in epitome, a condensation of the whole, okay, derived from epi, which means now we've got one word, which is epi, which means upon or on, okay, and tome is cutting. So metaphorically, cutting is used here in epitome. So an epitome is often used to refer to a summary or abridgment of language, such as an epitome of a book. So a summary of a book, like the what is the core of that book. An epitome of a speech. Now, more commonly, epitome, its verb form epitomize, are used in context like she is the epitome of kindness. As I said, that he's the epitome of wisdom, right? That one act epitomize her philosophy life. Okay, epitomizes her philosophy of life. In these cases, the epitome represents the essential part. Basically, what it is, somebody who's on the top has explored and gone through and have seen a lot, has cut through it, and is on the top, is an epitome. Okay, basically, right? So somebody who is like, example लिखा है कि she is an epitome of kindness. So if somebody is an epitome of kindness, that means their acts are full of kindness. They are like their nature. It's full of kindness, right? Next, Tower of Babel. Okay, language is a unique tool that distinguishes humans from other life forms, because humans are the only kinds जो कि भाषा का प्रयोग कर सकते हैं, right? So the study of language, ancient or modern, primitive and cultured, from all parts of the world is undertaken by the philologist. Philologist. Now you, logist, philologist. So phil is love and logist is study and science. So love for study. So but it is in language form. So the scientist, क्योंकि वो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे how. So this scientist delves into every language spoken by humans. So कोई हर language के बारे में दे basically see, they study it, right? So the Greek word logos means science or study, but it also means word or speech. So love for word or speech. Love for word or speech, basically. So this study is as seen in philology, the study for love or words. This word comes from the Greek root. हमने इसके बारे में पढ़ लिया already. And logos, we already know. The more logos से तो मैं ही परेशान हो गई भाई. The more common term for the science is linguistic, derived from the Latin lingua. So the term for this science what? For this philology is linguistics. Linguistics is used for the words and, linguistics for how you speak, like basically. So derived from Latin word which means lingua, and which is lingua, the word is lingua and the meaning is tongue. So the adjective form of it is of philology is philological. ठीक है? वैसे adjectives you must write also. AD करके लिख लिया करो. So philanthropy, yes, we did study about it. Philanthropy, a philanthrop, a philanthropist is somebody who loves mankind. हमने पहले ही पढ़ लिया है. But now this, let's read it. Philanthropy means the love of mankind, combining philein, to love, with anthropos, mankind. हमको पता है, a person devoted to philanthropy is called a philanthropist. So this person actually, believes in social welfare also. They donate a lot of money if they have. Of course, only then they are like, not of course, but yeah, they are into social work and they help people basically. And the adjective form is philanthropic. Now the verb philander means to play around. Okay, combining philine with andros, which is male. Andros is male. Now we've got a new word. Andros is male. So I'm going to tell you something. Don't consider me mean, but it is what it is. So a philanderer is basically if I tell you in a layman language, and because everybody knows it, so a playboy basically is a philanderer. Okay. Now he'll say, ma'am, you're so biased. A philanderer, so not just playboys, playgirls bhi to sakte hai. But so yes, philanderer ka is for men, and then there's this word coquette. This is for women basically. ठीक है, ज्यादा नहीं. चलो, combining these two words now. Historically, the term philanderer referred to a male lover in plays and romances of the 1950s, 1500s or 1600s. But today it applies to anyone engaging in extramarital affairs, which means if somebody has multiple affairs, so it's called a philanderer. Similarly, if a male has, multiple affairs, so he's a philanderer. And if a woman is, so she's called a coquette. I mean, why do we call somebody that? But it's the term given for it, right? So the term philosophy means the love of wisdom. Why? Let's see. Because sophos mean wise. Sophos means wise. So you've got this word. So first, let me write it just in case आपको वहाँ पे screen पे दिख नहीं रहा हो तो. It means wise. So a philosophy means the love for wisdom. Now, where's my pen? Yeah. Now there's this word, Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love. Why? Because Delphos means brother. ठीक है. Now philharmonic means the love of music or harmony. So because harmonium आप लोगों ने देखा होगा जिसको we play means harmony, or it also means music also. A filter is a love potion, though this word is rarely used today. Yes, it is. Like when I read this, that was the very first time I, saw it. So the word aphrodisiac, the word aphrodisiac from Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love. The word aphrodisiac comes from Aphrodite. कहाँ से? Greek goddess of love and beauty. So it can be both a noun or an adjective with a longer adjective form, which is aphrodisiacal. ठीक है. इतना मतलब हमको इतना ऐसे सब याद करने की जरूरत नहीं, but just know that if there is something related to Aphrodite, so it is related to love and beauty, right? Similarly, there's this word bibliophile. Bibliophile is somebody who loves book. Why? Because Biblian is the Greek word Biblian. जैसे बाइबल है हमारी, Biblian is book. ठीक है. And Anglophile admires and loves the British people. I had a friend who was crazy about foreigners. Whenever she, whenever she saw a foreigner, she used to run to them and you take pictures with them. I don't know why. So now I've got a word that she is an Anglophile. Okay? Why? Because root Anglus means English. English people, basically, they are English people. Right? So there's this word then, so there's this word astrophile. Now you tell me what is the meaning of astrophile, because you must know it. Astrophile. Take it. Now, the semanticist. Who is a semanticist? The semanticist is a linguistic scientist who explores the relationship between language and thought, words and their meanings. This field seeks to understand the psychological causes and effects of communication. Okay, let's see. Semanticist. Semantics हमने पढ़ा होगा. Sentiments भी हमने पढ़ा है. अब पढ़ा है मतलब हमने रीड किया है, हमने कहीं ना कहीं देखा होगा इस वर्ड को. So words and how they affect people is semantics. So a semanticist is a professional involved in the study of semantics, the science of language. Semantics, the science of language and meaning. The adjective form can be is either semantic or semantical. Despite the S ending, the semantics is a singular noun. It is ending with S, right? It is a singular noun because semantics is the entire word. S is not for making it plural, right? When referring to the science or study area, for example, semantics is an exciting study. Semantics is an exciting study. However, when used in a different context, it can be plural. As in, the semantics of your thinking are all wrong. Semantics of your thinking, the way you think, basically, because the communication and thoughts. So the semantics of your thinking are all wrong. For further reading, like this is one suggestion given by Word Power Made Easy. So you can just read these books if you want. Not my suggestion, like not mine. I am not suggesting, but you must read if you want to, because there are two books: Language in Thought and Action by S.I. Hayakawa, and People in Quandaries. What is quandaries, guys? Basically, so quandaries is basically somebody who is in a situation where they are not able to decide. So is People in Quandaries by Dr. Wendell Johnson. ये आप पढ़ सकते हैं if you want, if you're interested. दो आप लोगों को बुक पढ़ते रहना चाहिए. Atomic Habit जैसे कि मैंने उसकी बात की, आप पढ़ सकते हैं. If you are a beginner also, no, if you are a beginner, yeah. If you are a beginner, you can start with Tuesdays with Molly. It's a beautiful book. Okay? Or you can read Fish also. So who are your friends and neighbors? Now see, now we are going to who are your friends and neighbors. Let's see who studies this. So a sociologist. The sociologist studies how people live together, including their family and community structures, social relations, housing, forms of government, and social hierarchies. Hierarchies, you know, one, two, three, ऐसे ऐसे मतलब. Hierarchy is like manager, associate manager, employees, and like that. Employees as in associate managers, trainees. This is hierarchy, right? The scientist seeks to understand the social dynamics that shape our lives. So sociologist is somebody who studies about how people live together and how society is structured and how it works. Okay. Why? A sociologist studies sociology, the science of society and human behavior. The field is built on the Latin socius, which means companion, and नहीं बोलना मुझे. The adjective form is sociological. Why social? Social से अपने को पता है ना यार, I don't want to socialize, which means that I don't need companions. I don't want people around me. I don't want to socialize. I just want to sit at home and eat popcorns and watch some movie. I don't want to go for a social meeting. I don't want to socialize. I don't want to go to the party. Right? So from socius, we also get words like associate, social, socialized, society, sociable, antisocial. There's also asocial. So asocial, A is not antisocial. So asocial, which combines with negative prefix a with socius. An antisocial person actively dislikes people. Like dislikes people, to misanthrope ho gaya, but active like they do not want to be around them, right? And may behave in ways that are harmful to society. Yeah, okay. While an asocial person is withdrawn, self-centered, and indifferent to the interest. Blah 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 blah. Okay, okay. But we've got the word social, social, socius, which means companion. A is not. Okay. So we've learned so many words today, and it was great. I think we've learned a lot of words. A lot, I guess. Yes. Yes, we've learned a lot of words, and I hope you've written all the words in your notebook, whatever. I am hoping that you guys have maintained a notebook, sorry, for this Word Power Made Easy. And I hope if even if you have not invested in buying Word Power Made Easy, though buying books is always an investment, so you must buy your book and keep doing it. Just do it and just believe, trust the process, and definitely write down the words, revise them each day. And if you do not have the book, you haven't invested in it yet, if you feel like, you can buy the book. If you do not want to sit and read it, you can watch the videos, of course. You will get to know everything. But since we are just covering up the sessions and we are not doing since it's not a live session, so we are not solving the questions given. So each section, after each section, there's an assessment given in the book. So if you do not have the book, you can just download the PDF. It's available on the internet for free. Just download the PDF. Make sure that after each session, for example, you did session 11 to 13 with me today. So just go back, sit for 15 minutes. It will only take 15 minutes after you watch this entire video. Sit for 15 minutes, solve 11, go to the session number 11. Last mein jaake you will get the assessment, do the assessment. It will only take 1 to 4 minutes. 1 to 4 minutes, because if you're fast, you can just do it in 1 minute. Okay, so do solve the assessment also. It is very, very important. And I hope we will, now we'll try to speed up the process of doing these sessions. We'll post more. Okay, so let's do it. Just believe, and do remember the quote, the what I read about, and I told you in the beginning. And just keep doing your part. Okay, I am doing yours, your parents are doing theirs. So you must also do your part. Stay positive, be happy. I know sometimes it's not easy to be happy, but just try. Everything happens if you try, right? All the best. See you in the next session. Stay connected and see you soon. Bye.